In today's video, I want to discuss about why organizing your life can actually lead to more stress than trying to reduce it. The reason I say that is because in yesterday's video, we spoke about cognitive load, which is obviously the overloading of your mental capacity by having too many tabs open. So in trying to get rid of that, what you do is you try to organize your life. And when you're organizing things, you're putting it into places, categorizing it, making to-do lists and all of those types of things. So we all have got all these different tools that we use, and there's new tools coming out daily, I'm sure. But anything to do with apps that assist, calendars, reminder tools, I've probably tried nearly everything on the market. None of it really works for me. So what I would do previously is I would start moving things, my thoughts and anything that came up. I'd even ask other people to create tasks. They would send me tasks and it would happen either in my calendar or in some other to-do app. And in some of the suites that we use like G Suite or Microsoft, there's also task apps built into that. So the thing that I find with those, it's all good and well to have all of these tasks and thoughts processes placed all over the place. But the thing is that you have to remember to go and find them. If it's not front and center and always at top of mind, then you tend to forget. And yes, you can set reminders, but there's a second issue with that because reminders take your mind off of what you're doing and it creates a sense of urgency. And that sense of urgency in itself is going to create additional cognitive, impact. And all of those things are going to add additional stress to what you're currently doing. So you can just think of it that you're currently busy doing a task that you had assigned yourself, and next thing you get a ping or reminder or a pop-up on your screen that says this is something that you have to do. So then at that point you have to make two choices. You either stop what you're doing and attend to the other one so that you can actually close off that task, or you snooze that task, leave it for later, and then continue with what you were doing to finish it off. But you've already been distracted and you've already got additional cognitive load that you need to now go and solve in a different way, completing that task and taking it off of your list, but that impact has already happened. So my advice, or something that I'm trying to do myself, is to stop all of the distraction and all of the additional ways that is going to stress me mentally. And the only way that I have found for this to work, I have to turn off all reminders and anything to do with that. I still utilize a calendar because that thing you just have to plan and you know that there's time slots where you can't actually work. But the easiest way, again, is to get everything down on paper. And that is not a way of organizing your thoughts. All that thing is doing is to take all of your thoughts, putting it down, and then having a central place to work from it. So the simplest way is, again, taking everything that you think that you need to do, putting it onto that page, and then you're only going to move it into 2 or 3 different categories. The one category is what you're going to do. The second category is what you can either pend until tomorrow, and it's not something that's urgent for today. And then the third category is things that came across your path that you don't need to attend to. That way, you're actively closing those open tabs mentally and freeing up that space. So if you're finding that your plan of organizing is actually causing that additional stress, what I want you to rather try for the next 28 or 48 hours is just to set time aside and do that 5 to 10 minute exercise. It cannot take longer than 10 minutes. If it's taking longer than 10 minutes, then you're overcomplicating the process because it's extremely simple. You don't need special tools. All that you need is an A4 piece of paper, divide it in half. On the left, write out everything that you need to do. And on the right, split that into 2 columns. The one is that you're going to do now. And then the second column, you're going to split again into 2, but vertically. And on that one, you're going to have the things that you're going to pend. Those come onto tomorrow's list, and then the things that you're just going to drop. So try that and then see how that works for you. I think it'll work much better than what you're currently doing, but that's going to lead us into the next video, which is explaining about what your brain actually wants instead of more organization. So keep a lookout for that one.